is Hunter and Calxiyn here, and I say Hunter and Calxiyn because this video is brought to you by Hunter, and him wanting to insert Neo in literally every single place.
It was just...
Anyway, so Hunter had this idea, and I'm not trying to bully Hunter, but the reason why...
Listen, when it comes to stupid RWBY ideas...
The reason why we're doing this is, like, Hunter has a go at me all the time for my apparently dumb theories, okay?
I never said it was gonna happen.
Remember how my relic theory
just said
was
it would make
apparently
more
so
sense
stupid
to happen.
and didn't make any sense, and like
I'm
there
just
was
saying
no
I
genie in
didn't
the
think
relic.
it was gonna
Anyway,
happen.
my point is so now it's Hunter time. It is Hunter time to talk. So Hunter had this idea during our reaction. Sit back so they can see your lovely face and your
My shame. I have
so
no shame.
Oscar is...
You're making it sound like I want to die. I'm living and dying on this hill. I don't. It's probably... I said it's probably not going to happen. I just think it would make more sense.
Do you want to explain or should I give the rundown? Oh, but you guys should subscribe and become patrons. That's all.
I think that you're jumping on this because you've made so many stupid things. So the second I say something, but I don't think this is happening. I just think it would make more sense to have it happen.
Okay.
Are you
ready? Are you gonna tell us?
Yeah, no, I just thought that Oscar was Neo when he came back and he was baking casseroles and everything was fine and there was no more conflict and it dried up like thin air. It's like, oh, what if he was kidnapped? Like you said, that's still your idea. The basis of
that
this
Oscar's
is
gonna get kidnapped.
Yeah.
But
by Cinder and Neo.
Well, yeah, but obviously I think that's gonna happen later because it's not happening now. He's fine.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, now he's fine, but
basically you're saying you're using my theory to further your theory.
I mean, it's the basis.
Yeah. So basically, I think what Hunter's idea is...
No, I can still explain myself, but you just keep on talking over me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go then.
Okay, so my idea was that Oscar is not Oscar. It's in fact Neo. And, Neo's just kind of waiting to get RWBY by himself and then turn into Neo and, attack. Maybe they'll cause a diversion, like Cinder will cause a fire someplace else, and then they'll be distracted, and Osmond will be like,
We need Huntsman to help
Neo,
put out
over
the fire.
here, grab the Cinder, or RWBY over here in the basement, and then they run the basement, and then that's when he kind of like maybe quick monologue, or says, or maybe he just stops talking, and that's when you know, and then he blinks, and then you see the eyes, and then she knows, and then they start fighting. That would be a cool scene, wouldn't you agree? Yeah.
So even though I shit on you, I actually do like this idea.
Okay, and here's
I just
why
think that it's crazy.
Here's the thing: is it so crazy because the way they aliens, but no, the way they built it up. It's like you know Chekhov's gun. If you put something in the plot, you have to have it pay off.
Yeah.
Why would you build up all of this? I understand they did the purist thing, and so now Jean's happy. But, like, you build up all this conflict of, like, oh, Oscar seems like detached from the group and his clothes are different and he's not feeling good. And maybe it seemed like he ran away, but it turns out he went to buy a fucking outfit and some groceries. I'm just saying, don't you think that's build up for very little payoff? And also, the other thing is that he's not involved in people being okay with him. He's totally uninvolved with the end of his, like, the build-up for the Oscars being an asshole arch.
You know what I also think about this, though? Is that... How am I supposed to say this? Oscar is acting a little weird. Like, he's just talking a bit more like Ozpin. Like, obviously they have different voice actors, but there have been times...
And I feel like he was being vague, too.
There have been times where Ozpin has taken control of Oscar, and it's just in his regular Oscar voice, but more like, I did not lie to you, like all that sort of stuff. And so I wonder, my initial idea was, oh, maybe Ozpin is in control now, and Oscar did try to do something stupid. And it's sort of like, this is a bad comparison, but you know how in Get Out, like, the people are, like, in the back of, like, their own mind, and then the white people, like, control them and all that? That's kind of how I feel like that Oscar's just like, let me out of here, right? But Ozpin's just not letting up. Because maybe he was gonna run away or do something stupid, and then Ozpin was like, no, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was being a little, because I'm trying to think back at the scene now. Did he say explicitly anything that Neo couldn't have figured out herself? Because Jean was the first one. Like, basically, this is what he says. He says, yeah, I came home and I decided to make some dinner since, apparently you guys were looking for me all day. He says apparently, right? Like he doesn't know. So it's like Neo's like putting together the pieces. You know what I mean? And so I like that. I also like the sort of idea that, no, Jean apologized first, and so Oscar then says, you know, he tries to say, yeah, I know who I am now, like, and all that sort of stuff, even if I don't have a lot of time. And so, like, if Neo somehow heard about the Oscar and Oz situation from Cinder, because I'm pretty sure they all figured it out after Hazel went, Ozpin! Right? You know what I mean? Like, they could just be making up some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because he did say, yeah, you know, when you threw me up against the wall, I felt really bad. Like, you know, he didn't say anything explicitly, like, that Neo couldn't have figured out by interrogating the real Oscar.
That's what I meant, like, he was vague about it.
Yeah, exactly. He was vague about it, because now I'm thinking.
Because didn't he say something like, I now realize that I am different?
Yeah, I now realize, like, you know, even if I don't have a lot of time, I'm going to spend it with you or whatever. I'm going to try to help you, right? And so, it's nothing that, if Neo, say Neo and Cinder kidnapped the real Oscar, it's nothing that they couldn't have shaken out of him. Yeah. If that makes sense.
So now you agree with me, don't you?
I always said that I liked it. I always said that I liked it. I just think it's crazy.
I don't think it's going to happen, but it also makes a certain degree of sense.
Because maybe that's why, I don't want to say the red herring, but maybe that's why Ruby's like, oh, nice new outfit, Oscar. You know what I mean? Like, she notices that. Right, like, and so what if that's supposed to be some sort of call out?
I don't know, I feel like he's gonna act a little weird.
Some sort of hint of foreshadowing.
And he's gonna act, if they do either
what if there's something in the casserole, Hunter?
Oh, but fuck, what if there is? What if he drugs the casserole and
everybody's just asleep
and the only one who makes it is Crow because he's not eating.
He doesn't eat it!
So Crow has to save them all. Don't you fucking like that idea? Did we not stumble upon an amazing scene?
I literally can't right now. This is such a good video.
Imagine if that happened. Who has the stupid idea now?
I never said it was stupid. I just thought it was crazy. And I was like, Hunter never has crazy ideas. I want Hunter to share his crazy idea with everybody. But imagine if the casserole is like poison or something. Or
and like the only one
who doesn't eat is Crow because he's cranky, and then he comes back downstairs.
Crow has to save everybody.
And that's why he gets his sort of little redemption arc, right? Because he's been an asshole all volume, but now he has to sober up.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. I think that the casserole, we can call it the casserole arc and the casserole
So I don't know if Neo can even do that. Like, she has disguises, but she's still always, like, a woman. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And she keeps sort of her facial shape, but remember that Cinder does say that she's gotten stronger. Yeah. And so if your semblance has gotten stronger, it would advance from just disguising yourself to being able to disguise yourself as other people.
Also, I mean, it's the first time you hear Neo speak, and it's
yeah, but it's his voice, so it's not really hearing Neo speak. Wow, Hunter, we just stumbled upon. What if we're right though? Who could have predicted that? That's what I'm saying. Who could have predicted that Oscar is Neo, Neo poisoned the casserole, and then Crow doesn't eat it or something like who could have done
Crow
that?
Crow has to save the day, and maybe there's some kind of kerfluffle, and maybe they're like, well, we need to get the fuck out of here, and just like we can't get in. And then
my mind is literally
Tara's right just now. Like, well, I can break through it or whatever. Anyways.
Man.
Blew your mind.
I know. I mean, it is a good idea. I like it. I hope that it happens. I hope people watch this video because I think this is like one of the best theories that we've ever constructed. Like our best crazy theories that we've ever constructed.
I feel really bad though for I don't know. I feel like the casserole might become a meme.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like they don't eat the casserole.
My casserole!
Like, whenever someone comes up with a really bad, like, hot take or, like, RWBY theory, you have to be like, man, don't eat the casserole. Don't eat the casserole.
Anyway.
But then so then, like, Crow would have to save them. And then they also have to leave, but maybe there's some kind of big explosion or whatever. So the cops are on them, and it's just like, well, we can't, like, they're looking at us. We can't get in. And so then maybe that's when Terracotta's like, well, I have the security relays.
I have access.
And so she busts into the security
It all just connects
relays.
to each other.
And also maybe, like, when they get kidnapped, they learn more about the secret mission.
But where's Adam?
In the casserole. Oh, God. They baked him into the casserole. I don't know. Adam's doing something fucking else.
Anyway.
Maybe that would be fucked up so that, like, as you see the plane leave, it pans out from, like, the last shot in the season, right? Is the plane leaving after all that other nonsense happened and Tara's in prison because she stayed behind and then like the little baby and Saffron is with them. It just pans out like, well, at least we made it. We can put all this behind us, and it pans out from the airplane out to a hill looking on the city that they walked in, and you just see Adam.
He's just
right
there.
behind them.
He's just ready. But yeah.
I feel like that'd be dope.
But yeah.
I have amazing ideas. I don't understand why you don't pay me more.
It's okay. But yeah, I love this idea. This idea gets an A+ for me. And
if this fucking happens, I'm gonna be so happy.
I'm gonna be happy too. I think it's a great idea. But yeah.
Whenever I eat a casserole now, I'll be thinking of this. You ruined a casserole.
I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, you guys should be on patrons over on Patreon, but subscribe for weekly RWBY videos, daily RWBY videos. And yeah, you'll see you later. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys want to support the channel, you guys should be patrons just like our wonderful patrons whose names will come on the screen now. $10 patrons get videos sometimes 2 weeks in advance, sometimes 3 weeks in advance, basically much earlier than anyone else. They can also request us to do a video for them, so this could be a reaction, a theory, a discussion, anything like that. Our $5 patrons get a week in advance early access, or somewhere within that time frame, so between 2 days early and 7 days early, basically, but usually it's 7 days early, because I'm good with my scheduling. Anyway, our $1 patrons and all of our patrons above the $1 tier get access to our Discord server, so if you guys want to talk with us, talk with other fans of whatever you're watching right now, you guys can, and I hope that we will see you there. Bye.